Welcome, functional alcoholics, to Geek Salad's Retro Movie Reviews from Geek Salad Podcast. I'm Andy.
And Mike.
And tonight we are continuing on with our look of black and white movies during the month of November. And this week we are talking about The Thin Man.
Which, for the longest time, I've gotten mixed up with The Quiet Man.
Right. Which, ironically, also starred Margaret... Oh my God, Maureen O'Hara.
Maureen O'Sullivan.
Maureen O'Sullivan, thank you.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting how many movies. There are a lot of... What's that?
I thought I'd seen her fairly recently.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, I got my mom a DVD collection of the first 4 Tarzan movies with the Johnny Weissmuller.
Yep.
And Maureen O'Sullivan plays Jane in those ones.
Yep. It's actually kind of interesting, too, because this movie has a couple of ties to a couple of classic Christmas movies. Maureen O'Sullivan was in Miracle on 34th Street, as well as Porter Hall, who played Herbert Macaulay in this movie. And Porter Hall will also appear in the next movie that we talk about next week. Also in the dinner party scene, not the one at the end, but the one in the the middle of the film, one of the guys who is greeting Nick is cousin Eustace from It's a Wonderful Life. So there's a lot of like old timey Hollywood people in this movie.
A slight mix up here. Maureen O'Sullivan was not in The Quiet Man.
Oh, she was. Who was that?
And she wasn't in Miracle on 34th Street. That was Maureen O'Hara.
Damn it. Okay. Well, then never mind.
You know what?
Maureen O.
Yeah. Which you could get away with pre-Hays Code. You cannot get away with Maureen O.
Exactly. I also didn't know that Cesar Romero was in this movie.
Yeah, I saw him and I'm like, I know that face from somewhere.
Yeah.
Looked him up.
I am the ghost of Cesar Chavez.
That face,
Cesar Romero, because you don't know what Cesar Chavez looks like.
That mustache looks a whole lot differently without the white paint on there.
Yeah.
We apologize, Kurt. We apologize.
Yeah, sorry. We've forgotten our Irish Maureen's. This movie is a delight.
It really, I mean, it, like, one of the big issues I had with movie we did, like, was it last year? Was it Metropolis?
Metropolis was last week, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't Metropolis, but, like, it was a constantly shifting genres.
Yeah.
This one also constantly shifted genres from like a wacky like screwball comedy to a legit mystery.
Yeah.
But it does it a little bit more almost organically.
Yeah.
And like I mean Maureen O'Sullivan and William Powell have off the charts chemistry.
Oh, you're thinking of Myrna Loy.
Right.
Loy played Nora.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Dorothy is Maureen O'Sullivan. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Yes, completely off the charts chemistry.
Yeah. There's this witty back and forth where they clearly love each other a whole lot, but they also love to give each other the ribbings.
Yeah, exactly. They do like to needle each other.
Big time.
It's a very interesting pairing, and including Asta. The dog.
Yes.
It's just like, I don't know. I don't want to know about what 1930s film standards they did to get that dog to do the things that he did, but
yeah. And I mean, like for example, the genre shifting there, like when Nick is in the lab at night,
yeah,
there's genuine tension when he's walking around, and then you see the person coming up the stairs.
Yep.
And he catches him, and like it's a very serious thing. And then he says, I'll let that dog get. And then next shot is the dog hiding under the desk.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, tension, comedy moment.
Yeah, And I liked it too that they decided, like, as we were entering the third act, that this was no longer a missing persons movie and this was actually going to be a murder mystery,
Yeah.
which was very helpful. What I found very interesting about this movie, so do you know the whole etymology of why it is called The Thin Man?
No. All I know is it was based on a Dashiell Hammett book.
Right. And so Nick Charles is actually supposed to be a very heavy set person, but William Powell is not.
No.
But in the book, Nick would refer to Clyde Winans as the thin man with white hair.
Oh, okay.
But they loved the name so much, they just stuck with it.
Yeah, I did see that there were like multiple Thin Man movies. I'm like, kind of hard to have another Thin Man when the Thin Man is dead.
Yeah. No. The MGM loved their like quickie sequels. They made 5 of these things.
It's kind of like with the Pink Panther movies.
Yeah.
When there's nothing to do with the Pink Panther anymore, it's following Inspector Clouseau.
Right. But I mean, again, because William Powell was thin, you could easily be mistaken because they didn't have the internet back then. That William Powell was in fact the thin man. I really, there's a lot about this movie I enjoy. There's a lot of things about this era of filmmaking too. There's almost like that slight hiss in the audio that for some reason would normally, like on a more modern movie, sound, it would just come across as being bush league.
Yeah.
And it for some reason it works in a movie like this.
Yeah, like the key, like especially when it's very quiet, you hear like occasional like crackles and pops of the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Of the background noise.
Yeah.
And it's
also not littered with a lot of scoring either.
No. Yeah, and one thing that I adore endlessly about these movies, about this era movies, especially comedies, that snappy back and forth banter.
Yes,
I dearly miss that. That's the one thing I cursed the day that the Hays Code was invented because
the thing with the Hays Code. So this movie is a pre-Hays Code movie.
Yeah,
which meant that they could not only really talk about divorce openly, but adultery. And that was
sexagenarians.
Yes. Yeah. So you were able to have those conversations. You could make like randy little allusions from time to time.
Yeah.
And in fact, the whole thing at the end, where Ass is just kind of up on the top bunk, and he covers his eyes because he knows what's going on down there.
Yeah. It happened one night, the movie we did before?
Yes.
Yeah, and that whole, like, the walls of Jericho coming down, you can tell that is definitely a pre-Hays Code.
Yeah, exactly. And you can just kind of tell that they didn't have to be as tame. I mean, they still needed to make a movie that was going to appeal to audiences without it being called filth or anything like that. But
yeah, I mean,
there's definitely a feel to this movie that allows them to get away with a little more.
Yeah, Nick and Nora's bedroom had 2 separate beds. They were not sleeping together.
I love that in order to defend her, protect her from being shot, he has to punch her.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Why not?
Yeah, it happens. I mean, he was very apologetic afterwards.
Yeah.
But even just like watching him kind of work the detective brain that obviously has not done work in a while because he married rich. When he's sitting on the couch on Christmas morning with that pop gun, just trying to hit balloons.
And I mean, like, actually, because speaking of which, like, this movie is about an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
He doesn't officially get involved in the case until 50 minutes in.
Yeah.
So the actual, like, solving of the case is less than half the movie.
Yeah. The other half is him and Nora, like, pouring on, 3 fingers deep of Jim Beam,
Oh, yeah. Nora got nice and sloshed.
Oh, my. Everybody in this movie.
Oh, dude, the guy that was in tears trying to reach his mother.
Yes.
And then the reporters hang up on her.
It's so funny too because that really does. It's such a time capsule of thinking about
Yeah.
what long distance used to cost back then, and how
Yeah.
hard it was to make a phone call back then. But yeah, it's just like this movie wouldn't seem right if somebody didn't have a highball glass in their hand at every frame of this movie.
Oh yeah. If there was an empty martini glass, they weren't doing it right.
Yeah. It was interesting too, like listening to him kind of instruct the bartender as to how to do the shakes and stuff like that for, how many shakes for a martini and.
Yeah, you got to do the 2-step or the waltz.
Yeah. This is just. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, because this guy thing, I have never seen this. In fact, all of the movies we've done this month, I have never seen before.
Excellent.
And this movie is just so endlessly charming.
It is. It's a fun movie to watch. The other thing with this movie too is I feel kind of like it's remake proof.
Yeah, I mean, like you could do there's just like so many like husband-wife detective teams. Like, I mean, Scarecrow and Mrs.
Right.
King. Pretty much the entire 70s TV landscape was made up of husband and wife detective teams.
Right. I'm actually looking it up to see if Thin Man has ever been remade.
I don't know if you'd want to remake it. I mean, honestly, I would just say do it if you're going to do something like that. Just make a new Nick and Nora movie. You can have those two doing any kind of thing.
All right. So according to this, there is a remake of The Thin Man in development with Margot Robbie's Lucky Chap Entertainment and Brad Pitt's Plan B. Previously, Johnny Depp and Rob Marshall have tried to go to bat for this one.
I don't know if Johnny Depp could handle the snappy banter, but I think Rob Marshall would actually be an interesting director for it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's thinking about that, and I did put some thought into who could you cast as Nick Charles in a remake, and the only name that comes up is George Clooney.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Because he's done that before. He's been able to genre hop in terms of eras before. You think of stuff like "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?"
Yeah. And honestly, like that witty banter there, Ocean's 11 has a fair amount of that. I would say the only directors I would say that are really good at that kind of like back and forth would be It's not
Soderbergh.
Thank you. Yes, and
Soderbergh, Stevens, by the way, so you're forgiven.
Or Clerks.
Kevin Smith.
Thank you. Yes, I mean the Clerks dialogue is that snappy back and forth witty banter thing.
Yeah, but Kevin Smith does rely on his friends too much for that kind of stuff. And
I wouldn't say he could direct this. I'm just saying he's like the only people that those are the only two directors that kind of handle that kind of witty back and forth banter nowadays.
Right. But again, I'm perfectly content if this movie never gets remade. It's because of the era, because of, again, this is a 90-minute movie.
Yeah.
And it uses its time efficiently. It uses it well. It's 90 minutes well spent.
The mystery never feels beleaguered. Everything happens. I mean, like we said, Nick and Nora don't actually get involved in the case until over halfway through the movie.
Right.
But the time, before, the lead up to them introducing the characters, introducing the crux of the mystery, it's all handled really well.
Right. I mean, there's the whole setup with Clyde to begin with.
Yeah.
With his daughter's getting married, he wants the money to give to her. His girlfriend has stolen the money. She can try to get it back, but she's really not.
And I do have to say the ultimate solution I did not see coming. I honestly my money was pegged on Cesar Romero.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, no, to have it be Marconda's, I'm sorry, Macaulay is interesting. Now I don't know. I mentioned that Porter Hall was in Miracle on 34th Street as well. Do you know who he played in Miracle on 34th Street?
Didn't he play the not the Macy's executive, but the store down the street?
No, he was the Macy's psychologist.
Okay.
That was trying to have Santa institutionalized.
I really need to rewatch Miracle on 34th Street. It's been a while. It's still one of my favorite Christmas movies, though.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, so I mean, this movie just has, and it also feels like old Hollywood.
It really does.
But not in like the big glitzy. It's not. There's not a lot of bombast in this movie. It is a very simple movie that was probably shot within 20 days or whatever. Technically, it could be considered a Christmas movie if you really want to be an asshole about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, and in a sense, this is kind of like the. I could see how maybe Rian Johnson got inspiration for his Glass Onion movies here.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we just watched Glass Onion again, because anticipation of the new one coming out. Those movies are set up very differently. There's a lot of motive that is being established throughout, but you also get a lot of character development throughout. Yeah. With this, you're introduced to characters. You kind of know a little bit about their motivation, but it is this is more. I think this is more closely akin to like an Agatha Christie style reveal, where you bring everybody into the one big room and you make your announcement by letting them slip up.
Yeah.
So
I do like the fact that even he didn't know like who the solution was. He was just like, as he was like kind of laying out everything that happened, he was like basically just kind of like working it out in his head as he was saying it.
Yeah, and I thought that was excellent. So William Powell was nominated for Best Actor for this. This movie was also nominated for Best Picture.
I mean, Best Picture, sure. I think it'd be kind of a long shot for Best Picture, but William Powell for Best Actor, that I think he might have been a contender depending on who else would play.
Yeah, I'm looking to see. I was seeing what would be it for
1934.
1934. Oh, so it actually lost to It Happened One Night.
Oh,
meaning he lost to Clark Gable for two equally charming movies.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, now having seen both of them, I can't say the Academy was wrong. It Happened One Night is a better movie than this. This is still an endlessly charming movie, but it's not It Happened One Night.
And according to Gemini here, the runner-up would have been The Thin Man. So,
all right, and I mean, and same thing with Clark. I mean, William Powell is not going to win against Clark Gable. I'm sorry.
Well, not for this. And again, when you learn about how Clark Gable was loaned out to Columbia against his will.
Yeah.
He was on a contract at MGM.
Yeah. Old Hollywood was not an actor's studio. It was
not. It was definitely a producer's studio.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is. I mean, I don't know what else you have to say about Thin Man. I really enjoyed this movie. This movie is on Tubi, so it is free to watch. If you have not ever seen The Thin Man, it's a straight up tidy 90 minutes. I don't even remember there being any commercial breaks in it. I could be wrong. Huh?
No, there were commercial breaks.
There were, okay.
Because I fucking hate
I
commercials.
understand, man, but it gives you time to get up and go to the bathroom and come back in. They're like 2 minutes. Yeah. But definitely check this movie out if you haven't seen it. But we want to know if you have seen The Thin Man. We would like to know. Leave that polite comment below and tell us what you thought about this movie. Have you seen any of the additional Thin Man movies either? I know back in the 90s they made like the box set, like the VHS box set of.
Jeez, a VHS box set must be like this big.
No, it was not that big. It was only like 5 movies. I mean, none of these movies went over 90 minutes.
No. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
You've seen all 5?
I have not. I haven't seen. This is the first time I've seen The Thin Man. This is the first time I ever watched it.
Oh, really? I thought you'd seen it before.
No.
Wow.
I was dying for the excuse to see this. That's why, like, my first 2 movies, I was like, I want to see Metropolis and I want to watch The Thin Man. And then you recommended the other 2, which I've seen. I've seen the other 2 before.
Yeah, the other 2 are definitely like these. Metropolis is an important movie, but still kind of obscure. Thin Man, very, very fun movie, fantastic movie. Still kind of obscure nowadays.
I think in terms of just the old Hollywood, it's definitely something that I believe is worthy of rediscovery.
Yeah.
And I hate to be that guy that if a remake does that, then a remake does that.
Yeah. The next 2 movies are definitely much more populous.
Yes.
I mean, they're still, they're black and white, so they're not going to find too much traction nowadays, unfortunately.
No, they will, actually. We can get into that as we discuss. But anyway, we want to know, have you seen The Thin Man? What are your thoughts on The Thin Man? And if you've seen any of the sequels, let us know in the comments. Don't forget, like, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. Hit that bell icon if you want to know about all of our stuff. Also, Mike and I host a little podcast called Geek Salad. So you can get that wherever you get your podcast. We are broadcasting live this weekend, rare Saturday afternoon on the East Coast for us, because we're going to have special guests, M from Verbal Diorama and our pal Kurt Smith, who's commenting in there as we talk about the movies from 1995. It's been 30 years. I can't believe it. We're having those conversations in my house right now. I'm like, oh, that movie's 30 years old now. So
shut up, kid.
Anyway, so we got that going. If you want to follow us on the socials, we are on Facebook at Geek Salad Podcast and on Blue Sky at Geek Salad Radio. You're writing your list now. We got to keep this whole thing under 3 hours. That's for 2 episodes, Kurt. So
yeah, it's going to be a 2-parter that we record together. Yeah.
So anyway, I think that's all we got to say here. So until next time, I'm Andy.
I'm Mike.
And I'm drunk. And go forth and be nerdful. Talk to you later.
And I'm Asta.